Welcome to Sports Close-Up with your host, Mike Fiorello, Ed Marin on assignment. And yes, we're back. Because of the virus, we couldn't do shows, but we're back. And we're going to start with a show on baseball. That's right. There's no Major League Baseball. There's no college baseball. There's no Little League. There's no Legion. But we have the Crawford Venango Baseball League. And in Meadville, they had their own team led by Coach John Mottillo and assistant coach Tony Tartaglione. Guys, thanks for being on.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
Why don't you tell everybody out there, John and Tony, how you got this league together and why you're doing this?
Well, Coach Ferguson, who's my assistant, by the way, I'm not a coach, I'm a manager.
You're the manager, that's right.
Big difference.
Big difference.
Okay.
Not coaching basketball, he's managing baseball.
Anyhow, so the Legion season was canceled because of the virus. So Joe has a good relationship with all the other coaches in our league, and me and Joe and I talked about it. Why don't you get a hold of these guys, see if they want to play? And Joe made the contacts, and everybody was in. It was Franklin decided to have a team. These are all Legion teams, but they're not affiliated with the Legion this year. Franklin, Titusville, Corey, which they're going by Columbus because that's in Warren County because they can't be in Erie County.
Right.
And French Creek Valley.
Okay.
That's how it came about. And we really aren't affiliated with anybody, but we're just our own league, and Joe's the commissioner, Joe Ferguson.
How's it going to work?
Well, we have about I think it's a 15-game schedule. Play each team 3 times. Maybe it's 4 times we play. I think there's 16-game schedule, home and away. Right now, Franklin's not able to use their field because they haven't got approval from their school district to use their field. So they're playing all their games away. And we're going to play probably till the end. Our schedule's to the end of July, and then we're going to have a tournament at the end of the season and give out a trophy.
Nice. The man next to you on your right, John, why is Tony here?
Well, Tony was the JV coach last year. He's been involved with Meadville baseball for a long time. And Coach Stewart, if anybody doesn't know, he resigned.
Right.
Tony put in for the job, and hopefully the school district will make the right decision and hire Tony.
Sure.
And next year, Tony's going to be taking over the Legion team because me and Joe are going to step away.
So this is the end for you, John. Why don't you tell everybody how long you've been involved with Legion Baseball?
Well, myself and Chris Brody, 6 years ago, this Legion, our Meadville Legion, was in disarray, and no criticism of anybody that was doing it. And Chris called me up and says, "What do you think? Would you be interested in coaching?" Because I've been coaching for a lot of years. I even coached Tony back when he was a little boy. And
that makes him old, doesn't it?
No.
And I got a hold of Joe Ferguson, who I also coached. Who I love Joe. He's like another son. And I said, "You'd be interested?" And he said, "Yeah, he'd be interested in helping." And my oldest son, Joe, wanted to coach. So we got a coaching staff together with myself, Chris Brody, Joe Ferguson, Joe Mottillo, and then my right-hand man, Brian Stainbrook, who keeps the book for me. He's been with me forever. And we decided to take over the team. We got the ICC to be the sponsor, the Italian Civic Club. They've been a great sponsor.
And who's helping you money-wise this year getting your team?
Well, as of right now, I've gone out. We're not really affiliated with the ICC this year, but I've been out knocking on doors asking people for money. And a lot of people don't want anybody to know who's really. A couple people said, "Just here's some money. I don't want any recognition." So
nice. Oh, uniforms. What do you have for uniforms this year?
Well, R&S Sports up in Edinburgh, Ron Bidwell, a friend of mine. We're getting just shirts, numbers, and their name on it. It's all no specific sponsor. So there's some red shirts. We wear white pants. We've been wearing forever.
Okay, Tony, you played ball here in Meadville.
Yes. Yep.
Now you coach, and anything change when you become a player and then you cross the line to coaching? Is there a difference?
A lot of things changed from playing to coaching. I enjoy it. I've learned a lot. I'm happy that Coach Mottillo asked me to take over next year. I hate to see him go. He's done a lot for Meadville baseball ever since, like he said, he coached me. And if it wasn't for guys like John, there wouldn't be ball players or leagues. So my hat's off to him for everything he's done. And it's time now. He's ready to step away, and he may miss it and come back in a year.
Sit there and harass you.
He'll harass me. But I'm looking forward to it, and I really enjoy the kids, really enjoy coaching, and anything we can do to make them better young men on and off the field, that's the goal. And we'll see what happens next year with Meadville baseball, and we'll go from there. So.
So you put in for the job for Meadville. Did they tell you when they're going to start interviewing and the process going to begin?
No, I have not heard. I have not heard anything. So
Probably the coronavirus
I'm sure
kind of
that has
delayed
something
everything.
to do with it. Yeah. So we'll see.
All right, John and Tony, question to both of you people: what about baseball you guys like so much? Some people think it's boring.
Oh, they're not very smart. I think it's boring. It's a thinking man's game. Like I've told you before, I never made the team. I played baseball, growing up. Bob Garbark ran Bantam League in Meadville. He ran the whole thing. He made up the team, made up the rosters, put a chew in his mouth, and kept the book, and we played baseball.
Allegheny
College coach. And I had some good coaches growing up, playing Little League and Senior League, etc. And I always just liked being around the game. My father liked it. My mother liked it. And I watch it all the time. And I think I know, well, I don't want to brag, know a lot about the game. I know how to handle young men. I have a good relationship and rapport with my players. I love them. They're fun to be around, and just something to give back to the community. Because if we don't do it, who's going to do it? It's pretty simple. A lot of times the coaches are fathers. I get it. They want to watch their kid go up through the program. I understand that. That makes sense. But I decided that my kids were done. I wanted to keep coaching. I coached before they were born. I coached after. And we're blessed around here with a lot of fine young men.
Tony, what do you like about the game of baseball?
Green grass. You can be on the green grass and you get between the lines, and it's one of the greatest games. People say it's boring. You're not really watching a game of baseball.
Yeah.
It's a lot of mental. Teaches the kids a lot. You get up there and just you got to be competitive, and you got to be able to handle situations, and I like it.
I like the competition too. That's what makes it fun. I mean, I love playing French Creek Valley. I mean, I don't like them. I respect them because they do a nice job out there. Adam Bronson, he's a fine young man. He's, I think, 24, 25. He's been coaching. He took over for Brandon Crum. Mm-hmm. There's a guy who puts his time in with his kids, and they play hard ball. It's fun. The rivalries are good. The guys in Titusville like playing against him. The guy in Franklin. So it's a lot. That makes it fun too. I mean, the competition. Not a better game.
See, this is your home field.
Yes.
Right here in Meadville, where the high school team plays and the Legion team plays, and now your team in the new league's going to play this year. Games. When are the games? Like, when are home games? Are they different days, or are they usually on the same day?
Well, what's interesting, usually Legion, we played a lot of double headers, and we played on weekends. But this year, we had a game Saturday. It was the only weekend game we have. Most of them are weekdays. I mean, probably any day of the week. I'll get you a schedule, I promise you. 6 o'clock.
Well, how do people are watching this show if they want to come down and watch the team play here in Meadville? And where did they get a schedule? Is there anything posted anywhere?
Well, we sent one to the Tribune.
Okay.
Hopefully they'll print it in their game day like they did in the past. They always, but there's nobody playing right now. So
yeah, I mean that's a good time for them to cover.
They've helped us throughout the years. The Tribune's been excellent, just like you guys. I mean, we're very blessed in this community.
And by the way, we're hoping, talking to our producer Kevin, that Armstrong will do a couple of your games also on the cable, so people can watch. Many people can come as they want to. Wear a mask or anything.
Well, I don't care what they do. I can.
All right, so games are during the week.
Yes.
Any day, Monday through Friday, obviously.
Yes.
Umpires. How'd you get your umpires?
Joe called up Bill Sherry, who's been doing it forever, and he just assigned the guys. Like this past Saturday, we had Bill Dithridge and Jim Moyer. They do a great job.
Two great umpires.
Yeah, well, Bill Dithridge asked me, he says, how come you don't argue with me anymore? I says, because you always win, Bill. I've been doing this for a lot of years. You always win.
And you just named 3 people who've been umping for many years.
We don't have not too many young ones around here. I'm trying to think if we have any young umpires.
Not really.
Not off the top of my head, I can't think of any.
Nobody wants to get yelled at.
We don't yell at them.
No, but I mean, fans sometimes. let me ask you this then. So, you got shirts. You got to pay the umpires, obviously. Yes. The parents help out as far as maybe bring some drinks or stuff to the games for the kids? Or
We
kids
take
bring
care
their
of
own?
it.
You guys
Yeah,
take
we
care
take
of it.
Coach Ferguson. He goes and buys seeds for him before the game, and we bring water. It's no big deal.
So if anybody watching wanted to help out financially, just contact you or
Yeah.
Tony and
Yeah, that'd
say,
be
here's
fine.
a check that
Yeah, if anybody wants to give us money, we'll take it. We'll be more than glad to take it. Yeah.
it goes for a good cause.
Yeah.
It goes to help the young
Yeah.
kids. What about equipment-wise now? Are you using Legion's equipment from, what are you guys doing?
These kids all have their own. They have their own helmets, their own bats, catcher's equipment.
Not like when we played.
Yeah, we bought, yeah. We provide, Joe ordered, we get baseballs, by the dozens, and
Right.
we got 3 dozen baseballs. And, they're a couple, I think about $80 for
Yeah,
a dozen,
for a
dozen
dozen.
balls.
Yeah.
Not using any ball you want, because I know you had to use the Legion baseball.
We use any ball that's white,
Yeah,
other than golf.
right. But anyway, when you have Legion, you had
Yeah.
to use their baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
But this year.
But this is the Joe Ferguson
Yeah.
League, so he
Yeah,
makes
it's
up the
not Legion.
rules. I wish Joe was here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's my attorney.
good attorney to have, making up the rules and everything.
Yeah.
So how many kids on the Meadville team?
We have 23.
Wow.
We didn't cut anybody. We have a lot of young kids, and Tony is he has there's 16 and under got teams playing, and our kids, we have a team that plays them. Like Sagertown has a team, Titusville, and
So you have a 16 and under team plus this team?
yeah, they're all together,
They're
all
all
23.
Oh, okay.
They're
So
all 23,
so you have-
but he takes the kids that he needs to go play the 16 and under.
So those kids are going to be playing in the 16 and under if they don't get a lot of opportunity, because
Right.
maybe 17, 18-year-olds are
Right.
playing.
We want to make sure they all get
Right.
a chance to play.
That's
So
really
they get,
good.
Yeah, they get playing time in the 16U.
Yeah.
And it's good. So.
Which is good, because I'm thinking, why would you keep coming to practice if you never get in a game? You
Right.
know?
No,
Well,
they get plenty of playing
everybody,
time.
there's only 9 spots on the field.
No,
Mike.
but you want to get in a game.
Well, you got to be good enough to play too.
No, but if you have what you have in here, at least some kids can get in the other.
Well,
game.
we take care of the kids. But this isn't the communism. Everybody's going to get a chance to play.
Now everybody gets a medal here.
No,
No.
not everybody gets a medal.
You coach third? Who's coaching third?
No, I don't coach third. I'm the manager. I sit over in the corner.
So
Joe Ferguson coaches third, and Tony coaches first.
You give
And
us-
I have Trevor Smith's my pitching coach. Matt Thompson's is another coach, and Andrew Mook. I have all former players come back and
So
help
who's
me.
deciding whatever to put hit and run on or not?
Joe Ferguson. Or if I yell at him and tell him, Joe, get him going, let's go.
All right. Who makes the lineup?
Me.
You get any input from your coaches or?
I get him and I show, what do you think? And Joe usually goes, looks good. Because me and him have been together for, this will be our 6th year, and we think a lot alike. It's almost dangerous.
So let's see how you think as a manager. Then when you put a lineup together, you're top of the order. You're looking for kids with speed and make
Yeah.
contact. What are we doing here?
Drew Stewart leads off. Landon Beck bats second. I have Wyatt Barzak. He bats third. He plays first base for me. And I'll have Noah Ross. He's my catcher. He'll bat fourth, cleanup. And I have Ryan Young.
Ryan. Yeah.
We call him Spidey. He'll bat fifth. He play right field. It works out fine. I got good players all through the lineup.
Tony, what aspect do you help with?
Whatever the manager needs
Whatever the
this year.
manager needs.
I'm
He's a teacher.
I'm a teacher.
What's your specialty, though? What area do you feel the most confident in?
Hitting and middle infield.
So when you teach and hitting, what's your theory about it?
Getting your hands and bat through the zone, quick, bat speed. That you don't have to be big to have power, and just trying to teach how to hit all fields. Middle infield, footwork.
If they could hit like when he played, he was tough.
Yeah. And what about like certain counts? You tell them to look for something on a certain count, or like
Yeah, you have a 2-0
situational
count.
hitting?
Yeah, so you have a 2-0 count where you're looking for something you can drive in a gap or out of the park. You have an 0-2 count, you're looking to put the ball in play. There's different approaches,
Right.
and that goes back to the mental part of the game we
Sure.
were talking about. But you try to teach it all to
What
them.
about base running? Sometimes kids are young. Base running is not ideal. What do you guys work on base running?
Yeah, come to a game and watch
Yeah.
the fiasco sometimes. I used to, when my kids played, I used to stand out there and I'd go, what are they doing? What are these coaches doing? Now I know. They don't listen sometimes. Off they go. 3-2 count, there'll be 2 outs, they'll be standing on first base. You got to run. Let's go, boys. Our signs are real simple because we don't want to make it too complicated.
Don't
Sure.
give them away on TV.
No, well,
Now, what
I won't,
about
Tony.
probably the
Thought
most
I
important,
was, didn't you?
I thought you were going to
most
start.
important aspect of a team is their pitching staff. How's your staff look?
Good. We got a lot of pitching. We have Ty Hopkins, good young man. He's a 16-year-old. We got Wyatt Barzak. We got Brody Netsch. He pitched for us last year. We got Jacob Smith who pitched for us last year. And who else we got, Tone? Got quite a few pitchers.
Yeah, Landon can pitch if needed.
We got a lot of young kids that
lot
can
of young
throw.
kids.
This Reichel, his son, can pitch. This Camden Haliva, he can pitch. We got a lot of arms.
Now, your team is just Meadville, or you have some Cochrane kids?
We have a couple Cochrane kids, yes.
Good.
Cochrane they were real competitive. They had a Legion team for years, and they finally ran out of kids. They just, it's a small community.
Sure.
They always played good hard ball, and but they're part of our area. So we have Meadville and Cochrane area is what we have.
Let me ask you this, it came out there was not going to be any Little League, came out there was not going to be any Legion. I got to believe these kids were ecstatic when you guys let them know there's going to be baseball.
We had 23 kids. That's the most I've ever had.
Sure.
I mean, last year I had 18. I think the first year I even had to cut anybody. Our numbers have always been low. Why, I can't really tell you that. I don't know. But this year they're dying to get on the field. And the parents are all they come to practice.
Yeah.
They want to watch your kids practice. So
I guess being inside now, being allowed to get out of the house for a while probably
It'll
lends
do
to
that,
that too.
yeah.
And the parents do come, the parents do support. That's one thing about the Meadville community. The parents are always behind their kids.
Yeah, I have no problem with parents. They're just don't ask for playing time. I mean, other than that, they can talk to us about anything because they have a right to. Without the parents, you're not going to have the kids.
Right.
It's pretty basic.
You guys, I get the feel, knowing you, John and Tony, just listening to you, I got the feeling you guys are honest with your players.
Oh, yeah.
If a player comes up to you and says, "Why am I not playing?" You're very honest. You're not saying, "Well,
No, they know. The kids,
Kids know.
And the kids know who should be playing what. The young man that played third base for us on Saturday, I've never seen him play other than practice. Rufus Byler, and he's a kid from Cochrane. He lives in Shakelyville, but he went to Cochrane High School and or played baseball for them.
Sure.
Because they didn't have a team down there, and he was unbelievable at third base. He played the best third base for me in years, and then he had the game-winning hit. I mean, I was like, yeah, I look like a genius. I'm so proud of him.
I guess pretty much he's got himself in a position.
Well, what was good about that, when you're kind of an outsider, he's played with all these Meadville kids.
Sure.
Well, they got to like him real quick.
Yeah, because they want to win.
Yes.
You want your best personnel out there all the time because
Yep.
the kids want to win too.
Yep.
Anything else you guys want to add?
I just wish Daryl Jones had been coaching French Creek Valley because I'd have loved to beat him.
Daryl, did you hear that? And Daryl coached Legion Lionsville for years.
Well, we never beat him.
No, he said that too. He
Oh,
always
he
tells
said,
me,
"Meadville
always
never
like,
beat me."
That's what he said. And he went far all the time with his team. But
Not as far as we've went.
not as far as he went.
I don't know if you ever went to states. We did. But we've had a pretty good
Was
run.
that 2 years ago?
Yeah, we've won our league's very competitive.
Yeah, it is.
We only won the league outright once. French Creek Valley's won it a couple times. Franklin's won it. Oil City's
Franklin's
won
always had a good program.
it. Yeah. So it's been a lot of fun. But I wish Daryl was. I'd love to beat him.
Daryl goes fishing and plays golf now. There's a lot of fishing.
Here's what I like to add. A lot of these kids around here have big dreams and
Right,
ambition,
right.
and I'm going to play Division I baseball, or I'm going to play Division II. Go talk to Brandon Crum
That's right.
and Daryl Jones, and they can tell you they've got a pretty good idea where you're going to be able to play.
Steve Sada. Steve Sada's got a great career.
Yeah.
Sager Town. And you're exactly right. And it's interesting about that too is how lucky is this community to have Daryl and Lynn Jones.
Oh,
Both of them
yeah.
played in the majors.
Oh,
Lynn's
they're-
got like a couple World Series rings.
and they're gentlemen.
You wouldn't know it.
And they'll talk to you about it. They
right.
want to find people like to talk baseball. They
Yes,
do.
They do.
Yes.
All right, guys, we've got some of your players on
Okay.
next.
Thank you, Mike.
No problem.
Thanks, Mike.
Back with some of the players. Back with three players of the Meadville team. To my right, Landon Beck. To his right, Drew Stewart. And to his right, Chris Hostover. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Is that close enough, Chris?
Yeah.
All right.
Got it right.
Guys, thanks for coming on. And, no high school baseball. Then you found out Legion was canceled. I want to ask you, all of you guys, this is jump in here. How exciting was it when you found out there was going to be baseball?
I was very, very happy, very excited. Be able to come out here and have a chance to have somewhat of a baseball season. It was fantastic.
Drew?
Yeah, you pretty much hit it right on the head. I was like so happy finding out that we were able to have a season. My dad was always talking to me about it and keeping me informed, so I was always coming out here by myself and putting in work during the off time since we really couldn't be out here pretty much because of social distancing and all the coronavirus issues and stuff like that.
Chris?
Same. I was excited, ready to go.
Let me ask you guys this, a little bit unrelated to baseball, though. The virus thing pops up, everybody's closed, all the states are closed down, all the businesses. Then we find out school's going to be canceled, no graduation. What did it feel like being a senior in high school and not really having a senior year your last 4 months?
It's crazy because in March we knew we were told we were going to be off for 2 weeks to see what was going to happen, what was going on, and not knowing that was going to be our last day in high school, just had no idea. Just made the best of it, and whatever happened happened. Just went with the flow.
Drew?
Yeah, it was like we went through all these years of school just to get to like the last part, just to get it stripped from us because of this virus, but it's nothing really you can do about it, so you just got to make the most of it and try to enjoy your time, especially best you can.
And Chris, you graduated last year, so you were able to have a graduation and so forth. But this year you're working, as you stated to me earlier. Let's look at this too. You didn't have graduation, but you had something, which I thought was pretty cool. So, John Fry got together with coaches and everything, and they put all the pictures up on. I thought that was pretty cool. How all the pictures of the athletes were up there, then all the seniors were up there in their graduation gear. That make you feel pretty good?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was nice to see everyone's face up there and being recognized for doing what we were having, and even not having a baseball season, just showing up and being like, these people missed out on what could have been a potentially really good season. But I'm just glad we're being able to play now. But it was really cool.
Drew?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty awesome because usually our school doesn't do too much about that kind of stuff, so it was good to see like they were making everybody feel like everybody was like supporting us pretty much.
You know, that's interesting you said that, Drew, because I feel like Meadville's a special place. You know, it's a unique community, and there's a lot of problems going on in the country now, as we all know, and we don't want to really talk about those right now, but some things that are happening is really sad, to be honest.
Yeah.
This community is a tight-knit community, and you get a lot of support. I know you guys play other sports than baseball, and you see it in the other sports you play, how the community comes out and supports the Meadville athletes throughout the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really have, and I'm very grateful that we have had multiple fans out here, multiple other families, other teams being able to come out here, and I'm very thankful that we've just been able to have a wonderful facility, wonderful coaches, wonderful teammates, and we've made the most of it.
And you also have something that a lot of communities don't have, but you have such a small community that you have this. You have a newspaper that covers high school sports. You have a radio station and stream TV now that's covering sports. You have Armstrong that covers sports. It's pretty cool if you think about it, because a lot of kids in bigger areas don't get all that coverage.
Yeah.
No, they don't, and that's why I'm very thankful, and I bet these guys are as well, to be able to have all the support and things that we need to get the word out that there's baseball going on, there's sports going on in this community.
Chris, let me ask you this first. You played baseball in Meadville. Any other sports did you partake in?
Yeah, I played basketball too.
Play basketball. Drew?
I played football.
Yep. Anything else?
No, just baseball.
And Landon?
Football and baseball.
Yeah. Tell me how good you think the high school team would have been this year. I heard that you guys were going to be really good, and you had a great season last year, and then this year it stops.
Yeah, we were going to be definitely very young. We were going to have some young talent on this team this year, and we were very, very determined to work hard and get better and want to be a successful team. Having been the runner-up in the District 10 championship last year, we knew that we had that rematch again with Cathedral Prep, because we're the only two teams in the region.
Yeah.
And we wanted it. We wanted it from them. We were ready for it.
That was an exciting season last year, Drew. You know, following you guys throughout the tournament, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome to experience all that. being able to play in that type of atmosphere, that like stadium, it
Yeah.
was pretty awesome.
And, you know, at least you had that your junior year where, you know, if it was going to be this year and you would have missed it, it really would have been a tough thing to deal with. So at least you had that to look back on. Now, I think your graduating class and all the graduating classes throughout the country, 2020 is going to be something special
Yeah.
for all you guys. That is the year that you weren't able to have graduation.
Yeah.
You know, as a traditional graduation, which is very interesting. Let's talk about this team. Let's talk about this league. How's this team looking right now? Drew, let me ask you this. What kind of team does Meadville have?
We're looking pretty good so far. We started off strong pretty much against Franklin since we beat them the other day, but we
You guys
started
were
out
behind,
slow.
right? Pretty bad.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Talk about
Yeah.
that, guys. I mean, you guys were like 9-2 or something. You were behind.
Yeah.
Resilient.
Yeah, we were down a couple runs early.
Yeah.
Struggled at pitching a little bit, had a couple walks, but after the game went on, we started in and got back into that rhythm. We started up again real well and started hitting the ball a little bit and getting guys on base and scoring some runs.
I got to believe that's the area of the game you're going to see. It's going to come on later in the season's pitching because you didn't have a lot of practice in pitching.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you can throw against the wall, you can throw to your dad or your brother, but it's not the same as somebody's in the box and it's real game action, is it?
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
It's
different.
very, very, very different.
Drew, you got a lot of coaches on this team,
Yeah.
but you only got one manager. Manager John Mottillo. What kind of manager is John?
Well,
You just see how far away he is.
Make sure he's not looking at you.
But he'll be watching, just to let you know.
he's a pretty like, I don't know, outgoing type of person. He's always like trying to get you better, making sure you're okay, like always trying to keep you positive and all that kind of stuff. Make sure his number one thing is always hug your mother. He's making sure that we're pretty much good human beings when we leave this field, on and off. Always have to be good human beings. But
He is a person that's been born and raised in Meadville. I came here from Long Island, but he's been born and raised in Meadville, and he bleeds red and black. He loves Meadville athletics. No matter what the sport, he goes to every football game, every basketball game. He'll go to soccer, he'll go to volleyball, he'll go to anything Meadville sports. And to see him in this role is kind of cool because you know, he does this for you guys.
yeah.
You know, you don't have anybody playing. You know, you don't have any kids playing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do this, but he does it for you guys. Chris, you have any stories that might be a funny story about Coach Mottillo?
Yeah, I have a lot of them, but
Just give us one that not appropriate. What about you, Landon?
Oh yeah, I've got many memories.
Any
with
appropriate
Mottillo.
ones you
Yeah.
can share with us?
Oh yeah, I remember there was a time where we were in last year. We were down in St. Mary's in the
Yeah, you guys went real far in there too.
yeah. What was that, sectionals we were at?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
Region 8.
Final, yeah.
Region 8,
Change.
Region 8, and
St. Mary's is like
I was
the end of the world.
I was
by the way.
frustrated with my swing, and I was really having a hard time, and he sat me down on the bench and was really helping me out, helping me calm down, and really bringing me back to earth. And then I went back out there and I was swinging a lot better. So when it comes to being there for the players and being there for everyone other than himself, he's definitely that type of person. He's all about everybody else before himself.
And you guys are playing right now as we tape this middle of June, but you're playing the rest of June, all of July, and then you have some kind of a playoff set up in August. But when you look back, guys, you know, you got that diploma now. When you look back, Drew and Landon, and of course, Chris, you experienced this already. It goes fast, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
probably remember walking in middle school as a 7th grade, and you blink your eye, now you're gone already. How fast does it go, Landon?
Time flies. It really does. You got to make the most of it, and never take anything for granted, because especially with what happened here. It'll definitely be something I take the rest of my life, is you can't take anything for granted because you never know when it's going to be gone.
I'm going to ask all you guys this, but I'm going to start with Drew first. Drew, your most, up to now, your best baseball memory related to you, something that you did you'll always remember. Could be Little League up.
I don't know, to be honest with you. There's so many great memories. I can't really choose like one specific one that I like did personally. Like as a team,
Yeah, as a team.
I like how we went to states. It was an awesome experience to be able to go that far in states because we've never done that before. So it was definitely a crazy experience for us that not a lot of kids get to experience. So it was definitely an experience and wonderful to have. I always cherish that for the rest of
Chris?
my life.
I'd say going to States my first year playing for Legion. That was pretty cool, seeing a big stage like that. I never was quite in a stage quite that big, and kind of gave me a little something to play for, see what I'm quite, working for and all that. It was pretty cool.
Landon?
Probably sophomore year high school, and of Legion season. We were the semifinals of baseball, farthest any other Meadville team has ever gone before. And then with Legion, we went to Boyertown, almost all the way over to Philadelphia, and played in the state tournament over there for Legion.
It's a great baseball complex.
It was a great
Boys
baseball
down
club.
there.
Yeah, very nice. Something that we've never been around before, and to travel like that and be with all those guys through high school and with Legion, it was a great experience.
Let me ask you guys this too. Talked about great experiences, and you brought up a great point, Landon. That you appreciate things a little more after what you guys went through. When you're young, when you're a sophomore, and you have a great team, or you don't have a great team, you always have that thing. Well, that's okay. I got a couple of years until we get better. You don't realize how fast a couple of years go because it goes quick.
Yep. It does go quick. And you think back when I was a freshman, we had Journey Brown and we had all those other guys, and we were like, okay, we're going to be good at this point, but we still got to start from the bottom and work our way up because eventually we're going to be seniors and we got to be to that level of what the seniors were then.
Goals for this year's team, right here. You guys have any goals? You make any goals up for this Meadville team for the summer? Chris, you shaking your head? Yes. What do you got?
Go undefeated, win every game. You always go
Which is really hard to do in baseball.
Yeah.
Right, but that's always
You have
your
a
goal.
bad hop or something.
Yeah, that's always your goal, though. You have to come in the mindset that you're going to win every game. If you think you're going to lose a game, you've already lost. So.
Drew, when you walk up to the plate, Coach told me you're the leadoff batter.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do as a leadoff batter?
Just try to get on base as best I can. I know it doesn't happen every single time, but
Sure.
I mean, try to get out there at least. You got to try to draw a walk, get a hit, do what you can to get on base. Always have to, even when the nerves get to you. Since you're the first guy on deck, you're out there before everybody else. You get to experience it first. It's definitely nerve-wracking. It definitely got to me against Franklin's. It was the first game.
Well, sure, because you haven't played in a long time
Yeah.
either, I'm sure. Landon, you're batting second, Coach Mottillo says. Drew's on first base. Do they have a hit and run for you sometimes, and button run? Or?
Oh, definitely. Drew
So
and
I guess you can handle the bat pretty well if you're batting second.
yeah, I say I swing the bat very well.
You can hit the whole field, I would imagine.
Well, I can
Yeah.
try. Yes. But with Drew on first base, that hit and run's definitely an option with his speed, and then me being able to put the ball in play. Anything can happen. Anything's possible.
Right, exactly. Chris, what position are you playing?
I play short and pitcher.
Okay, sure, it's a very important position. Landon, what I got you playing besides pitching?
I've played a little bit catcher, and then I'll play in the outfield or wherever they need me to play.
You like catching?
I do like catching.
Yeah. You got to be good to be a catcher, man. You're involved in every play.
Yeah, you got to be
Every
the leader
pitch.
out there.
Yeah, Drew, what are you playing?
I'm playing center, leader of the outfield.
Yeah.
Got to keep everybody in tip-top shape out there. Got to
You
make
got-
sure they're on top of things.
And you got to go back them up or cut in
Yeah.
front of them and know the situation, tell them where to throw
Running
if
all over
ball's
the
hit.
place.
What do you guys like about baseball? I talked to the coaches. Some people say, baseball's too slow, it's boring. What do you like about baseball, Landon?
It's definitely different from multiple other sports. There's not one sport that you could say is about the same. It takes a very sharp mindset. You can't let a lot of things get to you. You got to stay focused. You got to be determined. You got to work at it. You can't just something you can pick up and be the best at. You got to really practice at it, and it's a very competitive sport. Once you get into the playoffs and stuff like that, it can become very competitive and very fun.
Drew?
It's a sport that one mistake can make or break it. Like you can make one mistake and the whole game could go downhill for your team. It's just all about trying to be perfect, but obviously some people aren't. Obviously everybody isn't perfect, but you want to try to be as best as you can at all times because anything's possible. As you can see, we're down 5-6 runs and we came back and won at the end. Anything's possible. It's crazy.
Which is a great way to start the year, right?
Yeah.
You're down a lot and you came back, proved to yourselves you guys have a team that can do that, which gives you a lot of confidence. Chris, you're playing shortstop and a guy hits a ground ball and have a bad hop or you got to let it go through your legs or anything. How do you not think about that? Because if you're going to be a good player, you got to forget about it quickly. A good baseball player has to have a short-term memory.
Yeah, you do. For me, that happens. I say I focus on the next play immediately. I really don't think about it. When I'm in the dugout or after the game, I'll think about it. That's the play I'm thinking about is how do I fix what I did, my mistake. But in the game, you got to have you're right. You have to really short-term memory because if you're drawn on that one, ball gets hit to you again, you're not ready for it. You have to have the mindset of next one.
Landon, you pitch. You're on the mound. ball hits ground ball to Chris or somebody else and they boot it. As a pitcher, you cannot let, and I'm sure you know this, you cannot let your emotions let the teammate, oh man, I can't believe you missed that, right? You can't do that. Even so, you're frustrated, correct?
You can get frustrated at times, yes. And in big games, in certain situations, sometimes you need that out. You got to get it there, but you got to back your teammates up. It's not all about you. There's 9 other guys out there, and you got to do what you can. Help everybody out, stay on top of things, and encourage each other to get better next time.
As a pitcher, you talked about the other game, you really didn't have your stuff, but it's the first game of the season. But when you don't have your stuff, something's not working for you. What do you go to? What are you trying to do? Because mentally now it's playing on you, like, oh, I can't get my fastball over, or my curveball's not working. What are you trying to do?
You got to go back to the basics. Do what you've always done in the beginning to warm yourself up. You get back to just throwing it right down the middle and just playing catch with your catcher. And then sometimes after you get out of that inning, you can go talk to a coach. A coach can help you out, see what's going on. He can throw you back on the right track, and you get back on things.
Sure, you're playing center field. How do you know when to play a batter to pull or play them the opposite way, especially in this league when you really don't know who's playing on these teams?
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Like, it's growing up playing Legion. This is my 4th year, so I remember a lot of kids on the teams.
Right.
Like maybe not like name wise, but I know them facially, so like I can see and like determine like from the future that how like they would like hit and all that kind of stuff. And I'll put it in the present, and I'll make sure the left and right fielder know, because I've experienced them before and know how they hit. That I let them know like what they've done before, what they can do, what they could do. So like I just got to make sure they're ready, just as ready as I am.
I know you have speed and I know you have quickness, but in order to be a great outfield, especially a center fielder, you have to know how to get a jump on the ball.
Yeah.
Is that something that came natural to you, or did you work hard at it?
Well, I've always been a little quick on my feet growing up, so it kind of like helps me a little bit more. So, but like, I don't know, I just practice it more. Just like once the ball's off the bat, I'm moving. Like no matter if it's in the infield, outfield, anywhere, I'm moving. Like as soon as that ball hits the bat, I'm taking steps somewhere. Wherever the ball's at, I'm going to.
Chris, you play shortstop some. Tell me about how you position your feet and your body when a ball's being thrown, pitcher's throwing the ball.
You mean like getting ready?
Yeah.
I usually like to do a little bit of a creep step. Some people kind of hop. They'll get on their. The key is really get on your toes.
Right. Exactly.
So I try to, as soon as I see the pitcher getting ready, I kind of slowly go into it, take a creep step in, make sure I'm on my toes, and then as soon as the ball's in close plate, I'm there. I'm just reading the ball off the bat. That's really what it is.
What's the key to feeling a ground ball either to your right or to your left?
Footwork.
Yep.
It's all about your feet. If the ball's hit to your right, you want to get around it. If you can't, you have to, you get stuck with backhand. You always make sure your feet are behind you. You always have to have your feet underneath you too. You don't want to be leaning out over. Balls to the left, same thing. You just got to keep your feet. You try to round it. If not, you do the best you can at that point. So.
Landon, when you're catching, how important is it to you, like sometimes you walk out in front of the plate and you say, okay guys, double play here, or force it third, or man's on third, outfield, throw it in if they're going to tag up. Is it important for the catcher to do that?
Exactly. You got to let everybody on the field know what's going on, what the situations is, how we're going to get the next out. You got a guy on first, you got to let people know up the middle, you can step on the base, make it easy. You don't have to rush anything, just get one out at a time. And that's what I do most of the time behind the plate. I let everybody know what's going on, and you got to be very vocal as a catcher and shortstop, center fielder, all those major positions on the field.
Landon, what do you like better, gunning a guy out trying to take an extra base, or going home, or stealing a base?
Probably throwing it down to second.
Yeah.
I do like throwing people out at second base.
What about you, Drew, from center field?
Oh, gunning somebody out from center field, if I get the opportunity to, it's probably one of the best feelings, knowing that you got somebody out from that far away. It's crazy. But you also got to think about your teammates, because if it wasn't for your teammates catching the ball and making those plays for you with your throw, then you're not going to be getting those outs like you think you can. So
Just like in the other sport, how much is mental in baseball?
Oh, and baseball is
completely
mental.
mental.
It is almost
Yeah.
all mental. You could go up there and have one bad swing, and it could be the first inning, and it could just ruin your whole mentality for the rest of the game. If you don't keep a clean slate next time you go back up there, next time you're out in the field after you've butchered a ball, you got to have You got to stay straight with it.
So like me when I play golf, I got a bad first drive. Sometimes I'm done the rest of the day. It's still in my mind. You got to forget about it. You're exactly right. And go.
Yeah.
Baseball's a unique sport because you can fail 7 out of 10 times at the plate, but you can bat 300. So people fail more than they succeed at the plate, and people don't realize that. Everybody wants you to get a hit every time, but it's easy. Well, if it's easy, everybody bat 800.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So it's not that easy because you don't know what's coming. You don't know the velocity is coming. You don't know the situation. You know, you might hit a great pitch for a double, and the next time up, the guy might throw you the same pitch, and you might miss it or pop it up.
Or you hit it hard right at somebody.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or you hit it hard at somebody. That's a good point, Chris. And it depends on where the ball is hit on your bat sometimes between a hit and an out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you really can't control that. You guys all right-handed batters?
I'm a lefty.
That's what I was. That's great. Okay, a little
Yeah.
step closer to first to start, which
It
is
helps,
great.
especially with my speed. It helps me on the ground.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, I'm getting there.
And that's
I'm
what you
running as fast as
probably
I
want to
can.
hit, right? Your
Yeah.
speed. You want to hit that ball down.
Yeah. Anything on the left side.
You got it.
Yeah.
You're
I'm
safe.
pretty
You
much.
got a
I'm
good
pretty
chance.
much getting.
Yeah.
Got a good chance.
Yeah.
And you probably have the third baseman coming in when you're up too, because they know you.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah.
They slap it by him sometimes.
Depends.
Now you guys play different fields. You guys playing any turf fields in this league?
Not that we know of now.
Okay.
Maybe if we do play some Ohio teams or go on a little bit of
Sure.
traveling, that could be an option.
You
but,
guys like playing on turf?
I do,
Yeah.
especially if you're playing the field. You know you're going to get a good hop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking around in your field. It looks like it needs a little maintenance. You're probably not getting any true hops right now. You
Yeah.
we are not.
got to put your face in front of it, which sometimes can be dangerous.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you for coming on. Chris and Drew and Landon have a great season. Hopefully, we can come down here and do a couple of your games on Armstrong. All right. All you three, and I know Drew and Landon pretty well. You guys and Chris too. You're just great young people, great young men. You're men now. You're not little kids anymore. Great young men, great future. Let me just throw this at you, Chris. You're working construction.
Yeah.
Drew, you said you're going to Mercyhurst
Yes.
College for.
Criminal justice.
God bless you. You still want to go into that after all. And any sports?
I might walk on baseball. I'm not too sure yet, but
Yeah, why not? What do you got to lose?
yeah.
If you want to try it, right? And Landon, you're going to go into tell everybody what you're going to do.
I want to become an electrician. I'll go down to Beaver County in Pittsburgh area and go down there for a 5-year program and be an electrician.
Do you have to pay for this program, or do they pay you?
There's a $25 application fee, and then you got to take a test and then go in for an interview. And then after that, if you get accepted and they like you, you'll be in there.
Well, your mom and dad gonna be happy they're not paying for any college, or they got a loan.
They are,
right there.
yeah.
But I tell you what, being an electrician, all three of you guys, what you're doing, a lot of respect in the community for all three. As long as you're gonna get a job and doing something and give back. And any aspirations? Any of you guys of being a coach someday in anything? Landon someday? Would you like to help out coaching?
I would love to help out coaching with the knowledge and the teams that I've been on and the things that I've gone through with sports and stuff like that. I would definitely love to come back and help coach.
Drew?
Yeah, I definitely would like to come back and coach maybe eventually for a few years. I could always come back and help Legion. I know that for a fact.
There's always a
They'll
home here.
always accept the help.
Chris?
Oh, I'd love to coach. I actually already started pursuing some
Nice.
stuff like that since coaching.
You all
stuff.
three, you guys said if I come back here, of course, if you meet a nice girl and she might decide where you're going to live someday, she might be coaching somewhere else, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for coming on. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Thank you for having
Thank you.
us.
You've been watching Sports Close Up on Armstrong.